We know that the saying for Jackson State is the I love or believe. But for the Jackson State women's team, it's not to rebuild. It's to retool and upgrade. And Coach Reed did that with one transfer. This transfer came from USC, and she's battle tested and will be a big help to help level the playing field for the women's team next season. I also will chime in on North Dakota State's social media team, or media members, throwing jabs at Coach Prime. I'll chime in. What's good, everyone? This is Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, peace and love to everyone that's listening. Make sure to like and share this video. Now, the Jackson State women's basketball team had a phenomenal year. They almost upset at LSU. Should have won the game. But like I said on the intro, Jackson State doesn't rebuild. They upgrade. And even though Coach Reed will be losing Amisha Williams-Holiday, 6'4" post that averaged 19.2 points and 11.4 rebounds. By the way, the WNBA should take a good hard look at her talent. She should get drafted. If she's not drafted, then someone has some explaining to do. But she has a lot of talent, and she did her thing against LSU. Matter of fact, she had 15 points and 12 rebounds against LSU. Didn't back down, was a menace, and earned every single player's respect. Every single basketball fan respect watching her play. But let me stay on subject. The reason why I made this video today is I did my research and saw that Jackson State just got a big-time recruit. Now, this was a while ago, but I didn't realize it. They have a center that just transferred. She's 6'5". She was All-American. Her name is Angel Jackson. Again, she played at USC. And she said, blessed to announce that I will continue my academic and basketball career at the Jackson State University, as she wrote on Twitter. She's from Richmond, California, was selected to the McDonald's All-American game in 2019 and Jordan Brand Classic. You know how good you had to be invited to 2 All-American games out of basketball? She's going to do her thing not only in the SWAC, but throughout the nation. This is what I'm talking about. This new transfer portal, no matter what you say about it, it's been used as a good tool for smaller schools to get a leg up on the higher ranked, not only the higher ranked schools, but the schools with more money, with more boosters. It's the ultimate weapon to upgrade your roster. I'm so amazed with the leadership that Coach Reed has. Her coaching staff is phenomenal. There are a lot of leaders on this team. Strong black women who play the right way. They're feisty on defense. They're coachable. They'll sacrifice so much just to get a win. You see them diving for loose basketballs. You see them rebounding and having an emphasis on offensive rebounding, which has become a lost art. One of the great things about watching the Jackson State women's team, yeah, they shoot a lot of threes, but they also have an emphasis on the mid-range shot. And for those who are listening, if you're a hooper and you're playing in today's game, establish the mid-range jump shot. I'm going to tell you why, because the defender barely guards the mid-range. The defender goes off the scouting report, and the scouting report is always the same. Inside the post, if it's not a team that shoots threes, it's inside the post. If they're playing a team that's not a post team, guard the three-point line. So no one's really guarding that mid-range shot. Look at Duke. I can't stand Duke. But they were just living on the mid-range with their players. But Jackson State, man, not only you got the football team doing well, but the women's basketball team is just going another level. And I will be interested to see who Jackson State will schedule. We're going to see who's going to be afraid to play Jackson State. And we're going to see not only a new roster, but a team that would be motivated. A team that won't settle for losing in the first round. A team with a bigger vision. Before I go, I had to address this because this is becoming pathetic. Anything Coach Prime does is a lot of bitching and complaining and a lot of people rooting for other schools to knock them off and beat them and all that stuff. It's funny. But it comes with the territory when you're creating change. It is what it is. So Coach Prime, as a coach and a leader of men, he called out teams, NFL teams that is, that didn't show up to the pro day, which was the 10 that didn't go, but there was 22. He gave respect to the 22 who attended and also criticized the ones that didn't. I have no problem with it. And the reason why I have no problem with it, when you have the NFL who is talking about inclusion and giving back to the community and giving back to the black community, you expect them to return the favor. And all Coach Prime is saying is, you guys are not about your word. Some are, but not everybody is. See, Coach Prime wants NFL teams to be about it. And none of this lip service. Oh, we're going to wear ribbons for a certain cause. Oh, we're going to go pink out for breast cancer. But you give certain players with domestic violence cases less suspensions. So there's hypocrisy in the NFL. Let's keep it a buck now. But ever since Coach Prime said that, what he said on IG and on various media services, a lot of shines are nitpicking and pretty much acting like a fool. We have a Ross Uglum, whatever his last name is. He's a North Dakota State beat writer. He said, and I quote, North Dakota State informing us 29 teams are here today, wouldn't say who isn't, which is the first shot. And we all know who's that attended to that's for Coach Prime. They didn't say Coach Prime's name, but that was the first shot. See, if you're going to sneak diss, or if you're going to diss at all, at least tag the name. But they didn't have the courage to do that. Then we have Sam Herder, FCS beat writer. He says, and I quote, NFL teams have recently become scared of FCS coaches calling them out for not attending their pro day. Sarcasm. Pathetic. But this is nothing against the North Dakota State fans. I've said multiple times on my show, North Dakota State, they have a winning culture. They play the right way. So it's nothing against the fans. I'm calling out the media members and people throwing jabs. But North Dakota, don't forget, not forget the black players you have on your roster who have helped you create a winning team for years. You didn't do it alone. Also, do not forget that you're supposed to be in the not FCS, but FBS. If common sense, right? I want y'all to think. If your favorite team is in the FCS and they've been winning 8 out of their 10 games, championships, right? You would think, wait a minute, we're supposed to be in FBS. They never did it. You want to know why? Because if they go in the FBS, they're just another team. They'll be a good team, conference championship here and there, but they would never be national contender type. Because in the FBS, you got to have talent. If North Dakota played Alabama, it wouldn't even be a close matchup. We all know this. They could get away with it in the FCS, but in the FBS, it's another level. But I just wanted to point that out, man. It's really sad. Here's a man that's trying to create change for not only his school, but all of FBS schools. And every opinion he has, little snickering jokes, immaturity, that's okay though. Because when the playing field gets leveled, that's going to be the most gratifying thing I've ever seen in my life. And I can't wait for that day. And if you're a fan of HBCUs, if you're a fan of the SWAC, and you think what North Dakota and their beat writers have said was funny, then we know how you roll. Like my late grandfather once said, not all skin folk are kinfolk. And I'm seeing that more now than ever. This is Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings. Peace and joy to everyone. It's all love here, and I'm out.